Mega Man 7, released in 1995 for the Super Nintendo, but thankfully it is in collections like this, and this is actually a very nice collection to be playing. So you get Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10, as well as the DLC for 9 and 10. But we're focusing on Mega Man 7, which was the classic series' first entry into 16 bits after 6 on the NES, and 1X game, or no, 2X games at this point, on the Super Nintendo. So let's get this started. Now, we're going to sit through the cutscene that's going to be coming up on this, although I noticed something weird in this collection, which is you have to sit here and wait for the cutscene to play, unlike the original Super Nintendo version, or for that matter, if you buy the Virtual Console release. And actually, the buttons get disabled except for the menu, but I'll show you about it in a second. Anyway, the story here, if you've never played this game, is that Mega Man, as usual, is always fighting Dr. Wily. After 6 games, the world chair at long last when he brought a rope to the battle last time and captured and imprisoned him. And of course, Mega Man got onto newspapers, as did Dr. Wily, on the good old Capcom times. This is actually a redo of the ending of Mega Man 6. But if you've ever played a Mega Man game before, you know that Wily never stays free. And so he always knew something was going to happen, so he has a backup scheme this time. His schemes might end in failure, and so he planned for just such an occasion. Definitely a little more moody this one than it was on NES. 4 robots had been hidden away, and after 6 months, or 6 months of not hearing from Wily, this is really slow text speed, I'm realizing, without being contacted by Dr. There's a lot of spelling mistakes in this game. So it's not Dr. Willie, it's Dr. Wily. But anyway, with him gone for 6 months, they're trying to search for him. And, well, that's where I'm going to come in. And the city's being destroyed by this huge guy. Got his eye on me, oh boy. And this is the start of Mega Man 7. Now, if you're noticing, I'm pressing, or maybe if you're hearing me, I'm pressing the start button, pressing every button on the controller, it's not doing anything. That's because in this collection you have to hit the back button to go into this options menu. For some reason, I don't know why they went about it this way. So I usually have to return the title screen for this one. Just a minor inconvenience, but I at least want to show you the plot before we got started. We're going to put a password in, but we're going to start from the beginning, play through this. I'm going to assume this is going to run about 3 hours, at least. I might be highballing it. I'm just thinking because of the way that this game ends, at least the final boss. But anyway, the city's been destroyed, or being destroyed, and we got Mega Man, Roll, and Otto who are trying to go out and take care of things. But now it's time for me to find Dr. Light and give me my power-ups. But this is the end of the line. The road's too unstable to keep going. Unfortunately, he doesn't have an all-terrain vehicle. So now it's up to Mega Man to go off and defeat the robots. And now I'm going to get my nice helmet. Yeah, it is a little bit of a different helmet. It's a Metal helmet, but apparently Roll's not feeling that. And now there's Otto. Personally, I kind of like the other one better. And this is where things really start. There we go. And the words of Mega Man 8, good luck, Mega Man! We'll get to 8 at some point. That's a sight to behold. But for the time being, we're going to start with 7. And the reason we're going 7 is because this is the first classic Mega Man game I ever played. Not the first Mega Man game I ever played. That was Mega Man X2. But in the classic series, this is where it started for me on Super Nintendo. Anyway, no, Mega Man, we have no time. Wily's using the attack from his robots to cover his escape. Look! There Wily is, and we're gonna sit there and not do anything about it. At least for now. Got to go now, Mega Man. Get Rush and follow Wily's spaceship. There is Rush, by the way, my robot dog. We'll see him a little later. Yeah, this is the first Mega Man game in the classic series to have an intro stage telling the story, whereas the other ones you're just going to fight the Robot Master. That's still the case here, but they're going to set up the story a little more. So as before, you're running around, shooting with Mega Man, hitting the robots, avoiding getting killed by them. And like in Mega Man 4 and onward, you have a charge shot by holding down, in this case, the X button and releasing, which is going to be your best friend through a lot of this game. You also have the slide for Mega Man 3, which you see after this brief cutscene of that robot we saw in the opening going about that and throwing his... Wait a second, what's going on with my controls? Hang on a second. Alright, this is, I'm gonna say this is like a technical difficulty. My controller is not running. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the batteries out of this thing and put them back in to see why this is taking. There we go. I don't know what happened there. I have fresh batteries in this thing, but it wasn't working for some reason after that cutscene. I don't know why. But anyway, thankfully we averted disaster there, and I'm gonna die probably really quickly. Actually, yeah, this is gonna be embarrassing. I'm gonna die on the opening stage because of that. But as long as I keep out of the way of his metal hair, just keep shooting him, he's gonna go down. Oh shit! Oh, that was close. I thought I was gonna die. And I need help. So hopefully there'll be some robots coming up. And actually, I guess in this case it's kind of a good thing that happened because we have a boss fight here that is based around me. Well, I guess be my health, and I can feasibly lose it. I might lose it by default here now because of what happened. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I guess. Okay, I can die to him. Okay, so alright, that's interesting. I'm glad I was able to figure that out. Or find that out. So, that's not usually supposed to happen. The idea is that I'm supposed to fight him, and when my health gets really low, I'll have a discussion with him, and we'll keep going. But I actually found a way to lose that battle. All because my controller stopped working. Now, hopefully that won't happen here. And if it happens again, I'm going to hit the guide button, do a force pause. Okay, it didn't. Alright, now here's what I'm supposed to be doing. Again, shooting him in the head as we're doing. Avoid that. And usually, I think you can stay close to a steamroller, and he won't hit you. Or the hair won't. When he comes down the ground, you'll kind of stutter a little bit. Okay, so now this is going to be a lot easier for when I'm fighting the, I guess what I just saw earlier and found out I can actually die to. Actually, we're in better shape now because there are two ways this battle can go depending on how this works and if I keep getting myself hurt or not. I just gotta keep jumping and avoiding this guy's shots. If I hit him enough times, then the game will continue. If I get into the red with my health, then it'll still continue, but the dialogue will be a little different. I'll explain that when it happens. I'll also explain who this is now. Alright, so I took him down. You're good as they say, Mega Man. If I had not done this, he would have said, you're getting weak. Better tell me who you are. I'm Bass, and this is Treble. We've been trying to stop Dr. Wily while you were gone. I see now that you don't need our help. That cutscene changes if I get my health really low from him, and he'll say, maybe you're not strong enough to fight him, you should perhaps sit this one out. But we didn't, so now we can get going. And here's the password, which I'm not going to have to use because this isn't a compilation, and I have save states I can use for this, but we're not going to get to that point yet. Now, like the other Mega Man games, you have a selection of Robot Masters to fight, although this one limits you to 4 to start. The other ones will be later, but we're going to start with... I have a very specific order I'm going to go about this, and like when I did Mega Man X a few months ago, I'm going to be doing this by Mega Bustering every one of them, or hopefully doing that with one of them. And then when I have to fight them later in the game, then I'll use their weakness. We're going to start here with... Oh, okay, I hit start. Which actually, when you do that, I may as well show this off now, because there was one thing you might have noticed that I collected when I was in the intro stage. When you press start when you're on the map like that, you come into this robot head. Or go see Otto. This is Big Eddie, who's Dr. Light's #1 student. I've lost one of my bolts, though, and have a couple screws loose. If you find a Hyper Bolt, I'd appreciate if you bring it back here. Anyway, I'll try my hardest to make any items out of bolts you might find. Select the item you want me to make. Now, this is a shop that when you go around and kill enemies, they'll drop bolts, and based on the number I have over there on the right, I can have him make items, including lives, a beat whistle, an exit tank, weapons tank, an energy tank, and other things to go along with later. But okay, I haven't played this on this collection well. Okay, hit B, and I quit out. Okay, I have to hit A to go in. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're fighting Freeze Man, the first of the Robot Masters we got here. And this is definitely going to be an interesting one, and a nostalgic one for me, because as I mentioned, this is the first classic Mega Man game I ever played. And I did play it back when this was new, in 1995. I think it was the son of my brother's piano teacher had this game and was a huge fan of Mega Man, and so I played it with him. So in that case, it also gave me an opportunity to kind of get into the series right at that time. And it's a pretty good game. It definitely is something that's a nice change from the NES Mega Man games were in 8-bit. This is in 16-bit, and actually, in retrospect, a lot of people tend to not like this game, but I still think it's really a lot of fun, and I think its presentation, and especially the quality of its music and gameplay, really make it stand out, and that's despite the fact this game was only developed in 3 months. I did not actually know that until recently, but this is apparently a rush job, but it sure doesn't play like a rush job, that's for sure. I gotta be careful because the large size of my sprite on the screen means that I could easily get myself killed. And this game is actually pretty hard on the back of that. Not the hardest game in this franchise on this system, but still something I gotta be careful about. Because like the other Mega Man games, I get hurt too much, I'm gonna die, and if I fall on those spikes, I also die. Thankfully those don't kill me, but I wanna avoid death as much as I can. And the way to do it here is jump to get that icicle down on the spikes, and there we go. And there is actually another way we can do this. We start the game, you only have your Mega Buster, but you also have Rush Coil. Now Rush, the dog, let me inch up here, hit X. Alright, now when I do that, he's out on the screen until he gets hurt, and I jump on him and he becomes a spring, but I'm a little too close to the spikes. I can drop him on the spikes, he'll be fine. And then I can get a safe way across. There we go. And yes, if you're a music person, you probably know about Rush, the name, and he is named after the Canadian progressive rock band from the 70s and 80s, whose drummer, Neil Peart, actually died a few months ago. Definitely a sad situation, given how, big he was, and how great a drummer he was, and how great that band is. And if I'm talking about music and you think that's a tangent, not really, because this is a franchise that's definitely about its music, and this is no exception in terms of being great. Now, what I just collected, that was an H plate. There are 4 of those. They'll get me the super adapter later on. There's one on each of these 4 stages we're playing to start, but we'll run into the other ones later. In the meantime, it's basically like the other Mega Man games, but again, it's running at 16-bit with its graphics, and it just looks and sounds so nice. And this emulated version in this collection has retained everything very nicely, so you're not going to get situations where... Okay, that was weird. Where it's not emulated or something, or it's emulated in a bad way with audio or something. Also, actually, when I bring this up, this was released in other places. This was released on the Wii U for Virtual Console, which is a straight port of the Super Nintendo version, and it was also on Mega Man Anniversary Collection for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. And that version, they actually cut out the closing cutscene for some reason. We'll get to that when we get to that, but meantime, I'm jumping over here with Rush Coil to get Rush Search, and this is something I'm going to use near the end of the level. Actually, I can show it off now just to show how it works. Like before, you just drop Rush down, and he sniffs out, and he might dig if there's a hidden item down there. If not, he just does nothing. Or I'll just yawn. We're going to get rid of him. We're going to pull Rush Coil out again, because I got to get over that jump down there. That's not going to be the easiest thing to do, especially because when you land on that platform, that thing starts going at a rapid pace unless you shoot it. And I want to at least keep that stopped while that's there. And also, I do have ice physics here. I should mention that. There we go. Just to want to show that off while I'm in this ancient, icy area. And there's that dog thing. He has a new move here where he'll scream into the air and shoot icicles down. But as long as you keep a distance and jump over the ice ball and then keep yourself that way, you should be fine. And behind him is an energy tank. I want to get that, especially for later parts of this game. Also hoping he drops health, which he did. You know, I'm going to use Rush Coil here. Because I can recover that the same way I recover a weapon energy, but we'll see weapons in a little bit. Also see that deadly skull bobsled. Actually, this is where we're going to use Rush Search to start, because there's a hidden item down here. And to be fair, you're not really going to know unless you just keep walking and dropping them down. When he barks like that, or if he starts sniffing really fast, that's how you know there's a hidden item somewhere. There we go, we got the exit capsule. Now what this is, hit R over here, right bumper in this case. That's an exit capsule that lets us quit out of any stage we've already completed. Since we're not done with this stage, we can't use this, but later on we can. Now we got that for later and avoided that. Yeah, unfortunately, like the other Mega Man games, regenerating enemies are a constant thing here. But now we have our first Robot Master, Freeze Man. He's actually the hardest of the four we have, so you're probably thinking, yeah, I'm really showing off to go after him first, but there's another reason I'm going after him, and I'll show that off as we go. Now, when he'll throw ice balls down the ground like that, and he'll shoot into the air to get icicles going, and he'll shoot ice balls straight at you. When he throws the ones at you, you can get frozen, but if he hits the ground while it's freezing, you can get stuck in it. You can get yourself out if you rapidly jump and move, but I want to avoid that. He's kind of hard because there's a lot of things to avoid, but also because when you shoot him when he's running, he'll do a jump, and you can slide underneath that. Or you can just jump over him. Again, if your timing is right, you should have no problem here. With a little practice anyway. Let's have him. One more hit ought to do it, and let's hit him out of the air. Boom. Alright. Now, as is wont in the Mega Man franchise, when you kill the Robot Masters, you get their weapon. And that is no different here. And we went here first because this is going to be one of the more useful weapons we're going to get to start. And unlike the other Mega Man games, we have an explanation about how they work. The Freeze Cracker fires ice bolts, doesn't it? Yes. And the bullets will split when they hit the wall, or hit the ground. We'll see that later, because there's parts we're going to have to use this. There we got Freeze Cracker, so we're all set. Right. There's our password that we're not going to be using, but again, if you're playing this on Super Nintendo, you'd want to use passwords to keep yourself going and to stop playing whenever you want. Now, next we're going to go to... Next to the weakness order would be Burst Man down here. I'm going to go to... You know what, let's go to... Yeah, let's go to Cloud Man first. Actually, this is the other reason I went to Freeze Man's level first. Because there's some stuff here that we're going to be able to use that with. They're going to make this level a lot easier. Now, this is the airspace kind of... I guess, facility, a weather facility, I think it is. And it packs one of my favorite pieces of music in this game, and there are a lot of good pieces of music in this game. And there's a bulb, so I can collect that to get myself set for when I want to buy stuff in the shop. And I might want to do that after I go through this to see if I can buy lives. Now, that enemy there, when I shoot him, actually, you know, I'll show it this way. I shoot him, the weather changes. So it's raining now. It doesn't really change much, except it kind of darkens the screen. It has the rain spout, or the rain pattering on to the front of it. But if I shoot this one, well, nothing happens. But if I shoot with the Freeze Cracker, it's snowing. Actually, there's a life up there. Let me get the Rush Club out to get it. You have to go behind the clouds for that one. Alright. And the reason I want to have it snowing is, well, for a reason we'll see later, but also thunder snow is actually, depending on what the weather is, those enemies will come up and they'll have a different, I guess, behavior. Although, generally speaking, they'll shoot electric unless you turn off the weather, and I think there's another way to do that. Oh, I think it gets worse if you use a weapon we'll get, actually from this level, which, when you shoot at it, it'll make everything go lightning. Let me use Rush Coil to get across. Actually, that Rush Coil is very useful to be able to make some of these tight jumps you normally wouldn't be able to. that being said, it's not that hard to make some of these jumps, but as long as you're careful, you should be good. Like Mega Man 2, I gotta wait for these to come along. Actually, though, I guess going into my history with this game again, this is the one I played the most, more than even Mega Man 2. Which is interesting, because that's the one that people tend to like the most, and I can kind of agree, but then again, I do really like this one. Alright, now the reason I went and got the freeze cracker is because by using the freeze cracker on that enemy to make it snow, these platforms are visible. If I didn't do that, and it was just raining, these would be invisible, and I get like a, I guess a silhouette effect as I'm walking along, so I kind of see them just only a little bit as I'm walking, but this way makes it a little easier. Also, I can see up there, because I need to go up there for the other rush plate. And also another life, and also in that case, yeah, so otherwise I'd have to make that as a leap of faith, otherwise. And otherwise I wouldn't even know that's there, but with the freeze cracker we're good, and we get the U. So with that we have the U and the H. We got 2 more to go. Alright, while I'm going through this, I'm going to toss to chat for a couple questions or a couple questions for them to answer. What is your experience with Mega Man, the classic games, and do you have any experiences with this one, the way I do? Before I go, though, I'm going to drop Rush Search down here. I think there's something here. Yeah, there is something. Ooh, large bolt. That's not that mega bolt that he was asking about, or that Otto was asking about. When you collect this, you get 100 bolts. These are only hidden underground, so you have to dig for them. And again, it's kind of random where you want to go for them. And again, some cases, he'll just won't find anything. In fact, let me show that off. I'll show part of it off. I have to go in the start menu for Rush Search. Let me do that here. Alright, he's digging. He might not find anything. Alright, he only found an old boot. Now, there are certain things he can dig up for that, just as gags. And one of them that they actually cut out of this version of the game was he can dig up an old Game Boy. Unfortunately, all of the re-releases of this game, except for this Legacy Collection 2 on Switch, do not have that. Well, that and also the Virtual Console release on Wii U has it. But the original Super Nintendo has it. All the other collections that have this game do not have this. But we're going up here first because there's something I want to show off. I need to go 2 places first. If you ever played a Mega Man game before, or particularly the earlier ones, you know that whistle. This is my brother Proto Man. Or if you want to take a Metal Gear Solid 2 quote, "It's been a while, brother." Actually, he is my brother, so it does fit. Here's a little information. Your weapons can be used to discover hidden areas. Try using the flame weapon in the woods. Right, we'll keep that in mind for later, but for now, we got nothing else. So there he goes. Now, we're going to see him a couple more times, and we're going to do something with him that actually I've seen done, but I've never actually done it myself before. So this is going to be an interesting experience to be able to see that when we get to that, but that's going to be a little later in the game. Actually, before I go, I do want to show off one thing. Yeah, when they shoot out those eggs, all those tiny enemies come out. And you can use your X-Buster, or your Mega Buster, I should say, to destroy them and feasibly build up a ton of bolts. So if you want to be grinding for stuff, you can do that. And it doesn't take that long, but I was just showing that off for the purpose of showing it off. For these enemies, because I want to be careful of that, because I can be blown or sucked off of the platform. So I want to avoid that. Oh, yeah, like right there. Oh. Yeah, a little nervous there. I thought I was going to die. Okay. Here we go. Second boss. So here's Cloudman. He has that electric attack, and when he gets struck by lightning like that, he can't be hurt. So take that into account. Also, it'll rain, and the wind will pull you towards him, at least in this case. Sometimes it pushes you away. You want to avoid falling off in that case, but you can also slide underneath him, and you need to do that in order to avoid his hits. There actually is another way to kill him with his weapon, which makes this boss a total joke, but we'll show that off when we do the rematch. Yeah, in this case, he's always pulling me towards him. I think that's random, because when I was playing this just to practice it before I started running through this, he was always pushing me off towards the other side, and I don't know what triggers that. But I think it is a random situation. Yeah, in this case, he's pushing me away, but again, as long as you use your slide to avoid falling off, you should be good. And with that, he's done. Now with that, we got the Thunderbolt. It fires out electrically charged spheres, right? Yes, and it can also be used to power some electronic machines, which we're going to use in not the next level we're doing, the one after that. So there we go. We got Thunderbolt, and we're all set. So far, this is going pretty smoothly, but that's not gonna continue. And this might be part of that, at least to start at least. This is Burst Man stage. This is actually probably the hardest of the first set of Robot Masters we have. There's a lot of spikes around, and a lot of other hazards to avoid. Putting these explodey blocks, which when they reach 0, they'll explode and hurt you, or drop you onto those spikes. And remember, like all the other Mega Man games, hit the spikes, you're dead. It doesn't matter how much health you have, you're going down, unless you happen to be invincible, in which case then you can avoid it. I'm gonna try and see if I can't get that life. Again, because you can put Rush Coil right on the edge of platforms and he'll still stand there. There we go. And I do want to get back because I want to go down there because there's an energy tank. I think that's what's down here. Yeah, right there. Those energy tanks will come in handy later on some tougher bosses. Which, by the way, when you use one of those, all your health is recovered. Now we're in the water, and Mega Man has no problem in the water, as we've seen with the other games, but there are definitely some things you want to be careful of around here, particularly the fact that, again, there's usually a lot of spikes around, and your jump is higher, which is useful, but also means that if there's stuff on the ceiling, you can be in trouble. Put the Rush Coil down, check it out. Very least I'm getting a bunch of lives to make up for that death in the opening stage. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting situation for this. Although, again, it does reveal something that I never knew about this game, which is, yeah, base at the beginning of the game can kill you, so be careful. And again, right here, you want to be careful. Just tap that jump button and make sure you don't jump too high, because if I hit those spikes up there, I'm going to die, especially right here. There we go. Now we got Wop. Oh, whoa, this is not good. Okay, sorry about this, folks. It just crashed. Okay, I've never had that happen before. Okay. Wow, alright. Maybe this isn't as good a collection as I thought. Alright, Alright, so I guess I'm gonna have to restart the game again. Okay, I never had that happen before. Yeah, this is really an interesting playthrough of this. Alright. And unfortunately, I didn't have a save state down. Or, well... That was weird. I'm sorry for the ear bleed that came up. Oh, and I turned auto checkpoint save off. You know what? I'm turning that on. Alright, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to go through the rest of the game again. Sorry about this, folks. I was not expecting that to happen. And my disc is fine, so I don't know what had happened there. Alright, so while I go through the game again, back where I was... Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. When we go through this, I'm going to go through the other two stages. We're going to start there, so alright. This is definitely going to be an interesting case, but as long as I'm, you know, playing through this again... I'm going to have the chat start talking about things and telling me what their experience is on Mega Man is and also what their experience on this game is. Gee, it's like I saw this 15 minutes ago. Or actually, no, not even 15 minutes ago, like 20 minutes ago. Okay, so I guess this is probably going to be about a 3 or so hour playthrough because the game's crapped out on me. Alright, good luck again, Mega Man. Alright, let's get this on the shot. Actually, the other thing I'm going to do also is to avoid this, I'm going to checkpoint save after every boss now. Okay, so unfortunately I can't skip these cutscenes. Then again, this was Super Nintendo. Oh, sorry, I keep going back. Keep going in the menu. So we're gonna have to watch this again. See, I'm always wondering maybe I just should have used the Mega Man Anniversary Collection on PS2 to do this. Or bought the Virtual Console release off Wii U. But again, it's like, I have 2 copies of this way, so we have to go about. Alright, go away, Dr. Wily. We've got to go back and get you again. Okay, there we go. Now that I turned on that auto checkpoint, we're going to see that saving thing happen every so often. And with that, that means that if I run into something like that again, we're going to be okay. I hope I don't, but here's the thing. I've owned this game for a while, this collection, and I've never had any problem with it. And the disc is pristine, so it's not bad. So I don't know why it's doing this, or why it did that. And watch, I'm afraid now that the controller's gonna break again, and not work. Okay, no, it's good. Where's that? At least it gives you another opportunity to listen to this awesome music, because I do really like the music in this game. It has this nice kind of mixture of like the playful vibe of the old games, but also kind of a little more of the instrument quality that we had on the X games. Actually, you know what? This is a good thing, because I'm gonna let Bass almost kill me. So, alright, keep shooting me. I'm just gonna stand here. So at least I can show what happens if you let him defeat you. Or almost defeat you. So yeah, I showed myself dying to him, I showed myself kicking his ass, and now I'm gonna show myself getting kicked. This is Mega Man. You better tell me who you are. I'm Bass and he's Treble. I'm trying to stop Dr. Wily while you're gone. This is where it changes. You're much too weak to battle Wily. Maybe you better sit this one out. Let's go, Treble. Alright. So he says we're too weak, but... well, the only weakness here was the game's coding, or at least this collection's coding. Alright, we're going back to Burst Man. Let's try this again. Just because I want to get through that part. If that's gonna be where it's gonna screw up, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but... at least I got saving going on. As I said, there are save states in this collection, but there is also an auto checkpoint feature which I just turned on, so I can have it, you know, save at specific points. I believe it's really when you hit checkpoints within the levels, when you start levels, and when you defeat the Robot Masters. And at least at this point, I can also go about and get the coils, or get the lives, and get all the energy tanks. Or get a bunch of energy tanks, except that one. But I'll be fine. Let's get Rush Coil out again. Yeah, I'm missing my Rush Surge now. Actually, yeah, I don't want... oh, actually, no, I can have Rush Coils. It's just the other thing. When you have Rush Coil out, you do have, like, your normal pellets, the way it was in the Mega Man. At least everything up to 4, where this cluster got introduced. I gotta avoid the Metools that have the scuba gear. Oh shit! Well, at least I got one of those extra lives. See, that's why you don't want to jump too high when you're in the water. But again, I got lives. Again, as I'm going along, I can keep getting more. And actually, I'm going to come out ahead anyway, because by dying, I'm going to be able to get more lives, because I think the lives do respawn when you die. I think. Okay, never mind, they don't. I'm trying to remember which Mega Man game it is that they do that. It might have been the Mega Man X games, a couple of those. that case, I guess it's good I got both lives, so I'll have that set. Yeah, that's the other thing. Gotta avoid those, like, sticky bombs there, because they'll blow up and the explosion will hurt you. Rush coil down just so I can be safe. Honestly, in that way, rush coil kind of lets me be more cavalier with the platform. So, or a little more careful, I guess, with the platforming too. I'm not gonna do what I just did before. Alright, before I go in, I'm putting a checkpoint save down right here. I don't want a repeat of what happens. Alright, so there is, as I was saying before, this is the lobster boss. We just gotta keep shooting him. He'll turn red, and then we'll be able to get through. But avoid the bubbles, because Mega Man will die by them. Get hurt by them. Yeah, I could have slid underneath that, but I decided, well, jump. Actually, I probably should have just done that. Just keep shooting him, and he'll go down. Alright, there we go. With him dying, actually, I'm going up. So, you gotta be careful here, because there are spikes coming, and also bombs. Actually, this is also where the rising water is going to come into play here. You ride this up, and you need to ride this up. You also have to be careful when you jump, because the water can be down on the spikes like that, and if I jump too high, my inertia will send me slamming into the spikes. You just want to walk over these, walk into the water like that to avoid it. Otherwise, yeah, I'll dive down further like that. Actually, that's pretty clever, the way that they set that up, so that, yeah, it is taking your weight and your actions to affect that. Okay, here we go. Played a Mega Man game before, you'll know those disappearing blocks. We got them here as well. The pattern is always the same as far as what it is, so you sometimes want to sit around and wait for them. You have the first block, and then the second, and then the first block will disappear for the third one, or however many are in the sequence. But sometimes you have to do this over spike pits, like we're going to see now, so you got to be careful about that. Or just wait until that. Oh no! Oh yeah, that was... Alright, Alright, there's my checkpoint, so... How many lives do I have? 2. Alright, or 3, because 0 counts as a life in this game. By the way, if you're hearing that I guess that Mega Buster thing going... Yeah, you're gonna get used to that. You're gonna be hearing that the entire game, pretty much. Because when I play this, I'm holding that X button down, or Y button. Or Y button on Super Nintendo, X button here, down all the time. Well, except now. Okay, I'll try to be a little more careful with this platforming section. I think I got a little nervous. No. Actually, this rush plate is pretty easy to get. It's literally right up here. You just have to wait for the water to rise up. I want to get that net tool out of the way. Yep. This part's a little tough because I gotta basically go through that when it rises like this. Again, don't jump or I'll hit the spikes. Again, there's always a trouble with this game, but again, you get used to it. Yeah, I wasn't going to attempt that. Especially not after the luck I've had so far in this game. Alright, here we go. Finally, the boss. Okay. This is actually the hardest of these first 4 Robot Masters. And you'll see why in just a second. You might also see why right above us. There's Spikes, and he shoots out his weapon, which is the Danger Wrap. If I jump into those bubbles, I'll get stuck, and I'll need to jump and move my way out, otherwise I'll hit the spikes and I'll die. But if you jump in between them, you should be okay. You also want to avoid those bubbles, because they'll shoot you up to the sky. as long as you just keep bustering him, you should be fine. And when he shoots those out, you usually just want to rapid fire your buster, like with the pellets, or the lemons, as people have said this. Because then you can still inflict some damage on him while avoiding the danger wrap weapons of his. And also, those orbs that come out, they explode, so be careful. But with a little patience, we should take him down. Oh no! There we go. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get into the danger wrap, and that's why you want to avoid that. Because if you're not careful, you'll hit the ceiling and you'll die. But he's dead now, so we're all set. Before killing him, we do get the danger wrap. The danger wrap will fire at a bomb that's encased in the bubble, correct? Indeed it will, but it can also be used to encase other things besides bombs, and we'll see that soon. In fact, actually, here's the thing. Since I already fought those other levels, we're going to go through those with their weaknesses. Actually, in that case, we're going to go in weakness order. Again, I didn't plan it, but since that's how it's going to go, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to go to Cloudman's stage again. And I'm also going to show you why he's a joke with his weakness, which is the danger wrap, by the way. And we'll see that when we get there. Also, I'm going to have to be a little more careful here because I can't use the situation with the snow anymore. At least not without Freezeman's weapon. It's not really much to say else that I haven't said already. Again, it's like that's the benefit or the consequence of when the game craps out on you. Actually, I think. All right, I'll bring the discussion out this way, because this is the first time when I've been streaming something where I've had an error with the game that's caused me to A, restart what I'm doing, and B, have to do something else to mitigate it. So, what other games have you guys played where you have situations of bugs and glitches, and whether there's as severe as what we saw here or not? Any that come to mind that are of interest to you that you have like a special attachment to, a special disgust to, or any other aspect to them? Let me tell you, the Super Nintendo version is not like this. The Super Nintendo version does not have the glitches that we were seeing. Thankfully. Otherwise, I would probably only be showing this off for fun. Sorry, I'm just taking a sip of my drink. In that case, I can wait. Yeah, and right here, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You get this silhouette effect where, yeah, I can't see that platform, but we're going to have to assume it's there and make a jump. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of leap of faith gameplay, which is kind of not very good. Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, it's up there. See, that's why it's so much easier with the freeze cracker, and why we want to get that before you come here. But drop out the... Oh, wait, not the danger wrap. Don't want to drop that out yet. Rush coil. Yeah, right there. I can't see that platform otherwise. But again, at least they do give you a way to mitigate it. It's just that, yeah, you gotta be careful. Oh, yeah, got him wrong. Okay, can I use Rush Coil to get through here? I don't know if I'll just hit this. Okay, yeah, I basically will just hit the ceiling, but... Actually, one thing I could feasibly do is go down, hold right. Okay, yeah, that was close. Actually, I almost showed off something else interesting, which is when Rush is out, if he gets hit, he goes away. But I don't need it. And also, actually, because of that, because of the order I'm going back in this, I can't actually get those 100 volts. But we'll go up here because there's health if I need it. I also need to go see Proto Man another time. Oh, that was good. Alright, I keep forgetting that even though you can hit the L and R buttons, or in this case, the left and right bumpers, to switch weapons, that doesn't apply to the rush or the rush parts. Yeah, it has been a while, like 10 minutes. Alright, we know that we're gonna go to the woods and burn stuff. We'll see that later, by the way, much later. That's the other thing, I should probably see how many bolts I have. 44. I don't necessarily need a whole lot right now. Well, feasibly you can go through the game without really using too much of them, because some of the items you can buy in the shop you can get elsewhere. It's really more of a convenience thing, particularly get towards the end of the game. Actually, I will be using that at the end of the game for that reason. Okay, now that we're back here to Cloudman again, I'm going to show you what happens when you use his weakness on him. He's weak to the danger route. All that stuff I was doing before, just hit him with the bubble. Oh, okay, now hit him with the bubble. Boom, he's fallen down. Just keep doing that. The battle is mine. He can't do anything. And because his pattern resets. This is actually the first classic Mega Man game to do that, so... It doesn't happen on all bosses, but on this one it does, and it makes him an utter joke. Boom. Then again, it's kind of the point as far as Mega Man anyway, which is you get the weapons and then you can use them on the other bosses in order to defeat them quicker. But in this case, it really makes you defeat them quicker as opposed to, because it gives you extra health, or it does extra damage on them, and it resets their pattern, which is not something that some of the other Mega Man games did. Or up to this point, I think it was only Mega Man X2 did this. It was X2 and this one that did it. And then afterwards, I think it varied depending on the Mega Man game. I know X4 sometimes did it, as did X3. X3 did it all the time. But some of the other later ones didn't. Alright, we got Thunderbolt. Now... Actually, no, I'm going to go back to... Actually, no, let's go to the store. Alright, so there's Big Eddie's. We're going to see Otto and Eddie. I probably should have mentioned that. That red thing over there is Eddie. He gives you items in other games, but he's only really a cameo here as, I guess, the face of the shop. There's not really anything I really want to buy, so let's just leave. Alright, back to Junkman stage. Now, actually, I lied when I said I was going to go through the bosses, or this boss again, or all the bosses I'd already done with their weaknesses, because actually, I don't have his weakness. His weakness is what I'm going to get on the next stage I play. But I'm going here for the Rush Search, and also because, well, Rush Letter, there's Rush Letters in all 4 of these levels. But I'm really going here for that Rush Search now I'm thinking about it. Also because I need, actually, no, okay, there's another reason I'm going here first, because I need his weapon on the next stage in order to get the next Rush Plate. Probably wondering what happens when you collect all 4 of them. We will see that next stage. In the meantime, we're back in the ice area enjoying this really nice music. I don't know if I'd say this is necessarily my favorite soundtrack in the Mega Man franchise, but I just really like what 16-bits brought to this franchise with like the instrument quality on that, and this one really uses it well. In fact, I think a lot of the Mega Man games use the Super Nintendo's audio really well. I mean, when we played Pac-Man 2 last week, I remember saying that, yeah, that sounds more stereotypically like what a Super Nintendo game sounds like because of its sound chip. And there's some games designed for both the Genesis or the Super Nintendo where you can tell that those games were designed, or kind of were using like the basic tools for it. You couldn't really say that with these Mega Man games. This one, or the 3X games, or feasibly Mega Man Soccer, which I actually never played that one. Actually, I'm going to have to come back in, because those platforms do Oh, am I gonna not be able to get this? I wonder. Let me see something. Hopefully I can still get this. If I can, I'm gonna have to kill myself. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to kill myself. Thankfully, there's a nice set of spikes over here to do the job. There we go. Oh, great. I have to go back to the beginning stage. Yeah, that's the thing, I think, because the reason I didn't want to keep going is because if I fell down, I wouldn't be able to go back and get that. And there's a reason why I'm going after these plates. And it's going to be something that's going to be very useful later. I do really also like the way this game looks, because all the classic Mega Man games kind of have this cartoony style to them as it was, but they really pop here. Even like just the idea of him throwing that ice block down and then using his paw to slap it to it. I always thought that was impressive. It just looked nice. I'll have to be a little more careful getting that rush plate. Come on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do this time is, again, drop rush coil. There we go. Got it. You guys had to make enough of a running jump in order to make it. Yeah, because that was the checkpoint. Because if I had hit that, I wouldn't have been able to go back for that, or for that plate. At least I can get rid of that Sniper Joe. Use rush coil to get this. Yeah, he's on the platform, I swear to God. There we go. I guess that's the other way I can do that. Just lightly jump. In some cases, it's better to kind of rapid shoot. Because even though the pellets don't do as much damage, you can shoot more of them and then cause more damage that way. So let's use the rush coil one more time. Oh. Fine, we'll do it one more time. There we go. I think that's the last time I'm going to use it, unless I find weapon energy. But for this, I'm not going to need it. Alright, so at least we can use Rush Search and we can get that exit ship again, or exit capsule. As you can see, it doesn't matter which direction I'm coming from. I came from the right last time, I'm coming from the left. And point is, I still get it. As long as I'm in the general area, they'll find it. Alright, let's take care of Freeze Man once more, and then we can see new stuff in this game. That's the other reason right there you don't want to use the charge shot from too far away, because he'll jump over. But as long as you're close, you should be fine. But usually in that case, I just tend to jump over. Oh, God. Yeah, right there. I got my feet frozen. And he hurts when he hits you, so that's another thing to be careful about. Got him. And thankfully, after I kill him, those icicles will not hurt me. Thank God. I can imagine, you know, this frustration of, you know, killing him and then the icicle kills you. That'd be the kind of thing out of Ghosts and Goblins or something. I'm thinking of Capcom franchises. Alright, so we have the freeze cracker again, and we went to get this because the next stage is going to need it. Actually, it's also going to need that Thunderbolt we got. So in that case, that's why we're doing this next stage last, although when I grew up playing this game, this is actually the one I tended to do first. There we go. So we got freeze cracker, we're good. We're all done. One more of the 4 initial Robot Masters to go, and it is Junkman, who looks a lot like Buzz Lightyear, and this did come out a little before Toy Story, so I guess it was a pretty good coincidence as far as that, but, well, this one's not going to be shooting lasers and flying. It's going to be doing some other stuff, which we'll see later. Alright, now, this is the the trash compactor area, which actually I think is inspired by the trash compactor in Star Wars. At least I think it is. But that didn't have cockroaches that come out of, like, junk piles. Nor necessarily have elevators with these metals with orbs shooting out of them. Go. Okay, now here's why we use this is why we're going to use the freeze cracker here, why we need to go get that first. See that lava? It's a one-hit kill. But if I shoot down, because when you shoot this, it shoots out straight, but if you hold up, it'll shoot up. If you hold down, it'll shoot down. If I get myself aiming just right, yeah, it hits it, it freezes it, and it's safe to walk on. And you shoot it here, well, that lava waterfall will collapse, and you can go through here. This is a secret area, and you have to go here in order to get the S. So there we go. Now that we have all the letters, you instantly get this. The Super Adapter. If you played Mega Man 6, you might be familiar with this. Basically, me and my dog fuse, and when I charge up my shot, I have a nice little fist. And when you jump, or you jump twice, you do this little rocket jump. The only thing you can't do in this, I'm pressing down an A here. Usually I'll slide. You can't slide when you're doing this, but everything else makes it a lot better. It also means, again, I can be a little more cavalier with the platforming, or, again, I can just screw it and use Freeze Cracker to freeze the lava and just walk right across it. No, I don't want to use that yet. Also, coming this way gives you a life. There's another path to go through, which... Actually, wait a minute. I just realized I'm going to have to come back here the way I did that. But again, I need to get that S first. Because there's an item, or an upgrade I can get on the other path. And I don't think I can go... Yeah, I can't go back that way forward. At least I don't think of it. That's also going to be an easy one to use the Super Adapter to get. But I do want to switch back to Freeze Cracker so I get the benefit of it. There we are. Now he's weak to the Thunderbolt, but I'm not going to use it. Again, rematch, we'll use it then. Because again, it breaks the difficulty of this in half. Now here's how he operates. He jumps in the air, and that will cause junk to come down, and also that shaking on the ground from him will stun you if you're on the ground, so you gotta be careful. Also, he'll fuse with this to make his junk shield, which he'll then try to shoot at you. Which you can... Okay, in that case, I wasn't able to avoid jumping over. You can also slide underneath it. In that case, you want to use that slide there, because then you always will avoid the trash that shoots down. might be able to destroy this somehow, but I'm not gonna try it. Actually, yeah, slide underneath that. That's your strategy if you've never played this game before. He's almost done. He's not that hard when you get his pattern down, but if you're not careful, he can be trouble. But now he's dead. And yeah, we're gonna have to come back here for another upgrade, but there's one thing we're gonna have to do first. But we got the junk shield, which will protect the user with rotating spheres. But the spheres can only absorb so much damage before they're destroyed. Okay, so we defeated the 4 Robot Masters here, and usually it's 8 in Mega Man, so like, where are the other ones, or what's going on? Well, after the password, we get our answer. Welcome home again, Mega Man. Yeah, we really are just here for our weapon, but here we go. Actually, in the Japanese version, you're not always talking to Dr. Light for those weapon things. But anyway, Light's being asked about base what he thinks. His actions don't seem to indicate a threat. I don't believe he is our enemy. We'll see. This is the first time we've seen base, by the way. But we got another problem going on. What is this? Wily's attacking the Robot Museum. If you're a fan of old Mega Man, you're gonna love the music here, because it's a remix of many other tracks from the original games. Yeah, Gutsman from Mega Man 1. I think Snake Man, and yeah, actually here's some of the robots there. Pharaoh Man, I don't know which one that is. That's, I think, Iceman. There's Snake Man. Speaking of which, this level is just a boss, actually. And once again, Wily's taking away a robot. Of course, he's saying Gutsman. He loves Gutsman. If you've ever played the other games in the series, yeah, there's definitely a strong connection Wily has to Gutsman. But we're not going to fight Gutsman. We're going to fight down this Jester guy. Now, he's weak to Danger Wrap. I'm going to, again, try and... You know what? Yeah, I'll try to buster him. The thing is, when he gets his head shot off like that, he's going to go and pick it up. And the head is a hitbox, so be careful when hitting that. Eventually, he will jump back to where it is. And again, you can shoot it right off. And weirdly enough, he is weak to Danger Wrap, although it won't actually show the head being wrapped up in the bubble, which is kind of a missed opportunity personally. But it is also one of those situations where, again, you fight him and it's just taking visible damage, but it's not making the boss necessarily that much easier. I gotta be careful. Shot should be good. Got him. Alright, so with him gone, and Wily gone with Gutsman, well, let's see what's going on. Mega Man, it's a disaster. Why are those robots are rampaging through the middle of the city? Get going. So with that, we have 4 new Robot Masters we're going to fight, but before we do, we're going to go back to Jumpman stage. And I can use that exit thing I got, so we're not going to be here long. Thankfully, I know exactly where we're going, so we can just keep going really fast. That being said, I am going to still use the freeze cracker so I don't fall in the lava and die. Alright, that's the other thing. When you shoot the freeze cracker out, it hits a wall, it'll separate like that. And those ice particles will hit other things. In that case, that's fine for that, but we're not going to do that. Come on. Yeah, I never had it just sit there like that. Alright, now this is why I wanted to come this way. Because you see this AC machine. Use a thunderbolt, shoot this, and turn it on. I won't get rid of that thing, it also turns on the elevators. There's an item here that I want to get with those. It'll also make it a little easier to get up, but you gotta be careful because those things can still crush you to death. I can get that, but what I really want to do is I want to go up. Oh, that was close. Jump up there, if I can make it, or I can just use the super adapter. In fact, you know, I think I might do that. Yeah, because that, okay, actually, no, there's one more platform. I'll try that. Okay, I'm gonna use the super adapter then. Now it makes the platforming a lot easier. So, drop that down, here's my dog, and there we go. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. Oh, yeah, it was close. I thought I was gonna make that, but alright, fine, I'm dead. But I got what I wanted, which was Rush Jet. Drop this down. Rush goes prone, you can ride it across the screen, and it's going to drain energy until it hits the wall. Or it goes off screen like that. Okay, we got that. We got what we came from. Use the exit chip. Now, for the rest of these bosses, I'm going to go, this is a very specific order. We're going to start with this one here. We want to do this one last. And there's a reason we're going to do that one last. But first, we're going to start with... You know what, let's go to the store first, see how we're doing. Okay, we got 190 bolts. Alright. I don't think I need anything else. Alright, so let's go down here and go to the next stage. This is Turbo Man. Not related to the Turbo Man figure from the movie Jingle All the Way, which came out about a year after this. This is actually one of the longest stages, actually. This is where this game actually starts to get a bit long with its levels. For better or worse. In the meantime, though, we have this trucker guy who's gonna drive around and hit us with things. Or I can walk past him and he'll go in reverse. I just love how he's just kind of sitting back there, just not caring. I can't remember what he's weak to. Weak with. Yeah, weak to. Now, it's not bad. I think I just did enough damage on him. Go in here for a couple. Oh, there we go. The old traffic cones, because no one would have expected cones. Bonus points to anybody who knows what I'm talking about with that. You see, we're in car world, but yeah, a little tough here, because you see those spikes there, they're going to kill me. And also, the tires, they're not just part of the background. I bounce off them. So you want to make this jump easy, you either use Rush Coil or use the Super Adapter. I'm going to use Rush Coil in case of this. Also, actually, it's probably better I use that instead of Rush Coil because I couldn't then slide underneath these tires. I don't want to jump through that because that is something I could fall through. Actually, I also could use Rush Coil, or Rush Jet, I should say. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, okay. At least I showed that off. When he gets hit, he gets knocked off screen. Oh, that was close. Alright, now, coming up here, there is something specific we want to do. And I don't know if I need to go in there with... Actually, I think I do. Let me turn the Super Adapter on. So what we need to do is... Where's the Proto Man again? You jump right into the wall on the right here. Like that. Now, we already saw him at Cloudman stage, and now we're seeing him here. Mega Man, you collected the R, U, S, and H circuit plates? Sure did. Cool. Remember, the Super Mega Man armor is too bulky to allow you to slide. Good luck, Mega Man. I'll see you later, if you survive. And we'll see him later, too, when he goes off screen. Yeah, I was surprised why it was taking so long. Now, it's probably going to seem like this is a waste of time. Why am I going to see Proto Man like this? Well, we'll find out when we go to the last Robot Master. But in the meantime, we have this section here. This part is annoying because, yeah, that fire, which is a one-hit kill. But if you come here with Freeze Cracker, and actually you can't play this level without Freeze Cracker, so we will have access to it. Okay, fine, I lied. These aren't one-hit kills. I was thinking a little ahead of myself. But they do hurt. Yeah, I think it's this next section, and I was gonna say I was gonna use the energy tank, but you know it's not gonna really matter. Now, I don't want to use that super adapter because I need to slide here. Jumping down here. Ever played Mega Man 2 with those energy walls that kill you in one hit? That's what these are, so be quick. Thankfully, it's a lot easier than that. And you have the slide in this game, like in Mega Man 2, where you have to run. Now we're on the truck. Oh, and it's Mac from the car movies, or Mac's about 11 years before the Cars movies. I don't remember when he's weak to it, but yeah, I know you have to shoot him when his eyes are open. He will die eventually. If I get hurt too much, I might actually use my energy tank here. Yeah, I'm gonna use it now, because otherwise I'm gonna die. I do not want to go through that again. In fact, I'm gonna use... Now, let's try him. That's usually what I hit him with. I don't know what his weakness is specifically, but Thunderbolt usually makes quick work of him. Now his teeth are busted, and... Actually, let me go back there. CC. Wonder what that is. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Here we go. Boss number 5 is Turbo Man. We're gonna be a bit intimidating until you understand how he works. He shoots out that Scorch Wheel. Okay, that was bad. I didn't mean to hit that. But the idea is that he'll shoot that out, you want to jump, he will follow where you jump, and then he will do this car thing. And right before he does that, that's when you get the sense to jump. Otherwise, you slam into the wall and get hit twice. Yeah, jumping right there, and then slide underneath it. And then the fire won't do anything to it. As long as you keep this pattern down, you should be okay. But again, it also is random how many times you do that car running against the wall thing. And also, the amount of time it takes for him to do that, to rev up before he hits the wall, is random too. Oh. There we go. Now I'm standing in lava and I am fine. Calls for a nice streak. This is the Scorch Wheel. It launches a flaming wheel, as Mega Man is saying, and the wheel may also burn things it touches. And we'll see that. I'm trying to think if I should be doing this now or do that next. Or do that now, or do that as the boss I do after the next one. It doesn't really matter. I think I will... I could feasibly go... I'll go to him last. I can either go to Slash Man or Spring Man. I think I'll go to Spring Man stage. The Slash Man is actually one of the hardest bosses in the game, so I kind of want to put that off as much as I can. As you can guess here, the gimmick here is springs. You jump on them, you'll bounce, and if you hold the jump button while you're on them, you'll jump higher. It always makes me think of something that kind of came a little later, which is that episode of The Simpsons when they're talking about Springy, the Springfield Spring. It's supposed to be their mascot for the Olympics until they lost it to Shelbyville. Because, of course, they lost it to Shelbyville. Actually, at some point I should probably do a Simpsons game, although the only one I actually own is the Wii one, which It's actually a pretty good game. I could show that off easily. Or the demo of the 360 download one, which unfortunately I didn't buy in time, so... buy in time for the listen, so... I could only really show demo off of that one. There's life there. Actually, that punch from the super adapter is actually going to be my best friend for certain areas. And I think it does... Okay, no, it doesn't home in yet. You can get an upgrade, so it will home in. We'll get that later. And we have, of course, we have killer slinkies. And of course, they're the metal ones, or as one of my friends in college said, yeah, the good one. Yeah, I guess people didn't like the plastic ones. Well, the plastic ones always seem to get caught. At least in my experiences. Unfortunately, there's no other games I have or know of that have slinkies going on. So I guess it's probably the only time it's going to come up. Let's rush search here. Got something. What is it? Ooh, huge bolt. So there's 100 bolts right there. So I have 336. Okay. You know what? I'm going to use super adapter. There are some bosses that are going to be weak to this, so we'll use that later. But for the time being, go to this area, and we want to go up here because there is a secret over this way. Yeah, if you have that spring thing hit into the wall there, it breaks. And within there, there's the Hyper Bulb, the thing that Otto needs. So after this level, we'll go and visit him, and that'll be worth doing. I think there's something up here. Yeah, there's an energy tank. Yeah, you're definitely bouncing around a lot here. Done here. Let's pull the Buster out. Yeah, Springman's kind of a hard one to do Buster only, but I think I can do it. And he'll jump towards you, and he'll jump up in the air like that and throw his arm around. You can avoid that easily if you slide. But this is the hard part. He shoots those out, and do not touch him because he will grab you, he'll throw you into the ceiling, and it hurts pretty badly. Usually what you want to do first, you want to get rid of those springs, and the way to do that basically is just pellet them to death. Like that. Then he'll return to the center to continue the pattern. Or reset the pattern. And he's gone. It's the next boss I'm really worried about. Particularly Buster only, because it's one of... No, it is the hardest boss in the game. Alright, we got the wild coil. It launches one coil forward and one coil backward, correct? Yes, but remember to charge the coils to make them jump higher. Well, there's also something else about the coils that make them jump higher the game doesn't tell you about, and you kind of need to use this later. And I'll explain when we get to the next stage. Well, before we go to the shop, though. So let's head to the shop. We saw that animation already. By coming in with that bolt, you can toss it right at him. That's my bolt. Thanks. It fits perfectly. After he shows some Japanese pride, he can work at full power. Usually when you give him bolts to make something, he'll take a little bit of time. But by doing this, he'll run through it faster. He'll also make items faster and also take less bolts to make them. And in fact, we should be able to see this now. In fact, I'll buy something. Yeah, the lives used to be 40 bolts, they're now 20. That I want to buy. I think you can find that hidden somewhere, but I don't know where to find it. Neo's Rocket Buster to go further. That's the energy equalizer. I can also find that somewhere. It'll charge the weapon with the lowest energy level when you pick up the weapon capsule. You can also buy the Rush Search and the Rush Jet if you don't find them in the stages. And you also buy the S-Can, which we're going to get one of those later. You know what? I'll buy... Okay, actually, I'm getting close to the Rocket Buster. I'll buy this later, but we're going to go to the next stage, and this is one I'm kind of dreading. This is Slash Man, who clearly is themed after Wolverine, just in the same way that we had in Mega Man X2 the same year. Clearly, the Mega Man developers loved X-Men. They had Sigma do it in X2, and they had Slash Man in this game. And they also love Jurassic Park, apparently, because we're in the Dino world. I guess they also love Mario 2 USA, because we have the logs on the water. I do love this track, though. Yeah, in this case, I also want to stay out of the deep grass, because those little dinosaurs, I can barely see where their heads are. Alright, now to get over the spike things, we got these little dino robots we can jump on the sides of. We want to pay attention to a couple things when riding these guys, which is that they'll jump, but they won't always make the landing, so you have to jump to the next one. Oh. And you gotta avoid hitting things. Also, this section, he'll put his head down underneath that, so you have to jump over. Actually, wait a minute. There's something down there I need to go back for. And I think I need either the Super Adapter or the Rush Coil. I'm going to use the Super Adapter. It seems like now I have to get the Super Adapter and you're using that for most things you'd use Rush Coil. Actually... Oh, wait, no. That's just another path to get up there. Yeah, because I just go up that ladder. Oh yeah, right there. So it's just another path, never mind. Alright, yeah, now we got Dinosaur. We gotta run. I think he's weak to the electric coil, or the electric ball, or thunderball. Let's shoot him with that. It's his jaw, avoid his fire, and you should be good. Got him. Alright, now here we go. We got trees. Now, remember how earlier Proto Man told us we could burn things with that fire, use it in the woods? Well, we're gonna do that. Where is my scorch wheel? Jump in the... Yeah, usually we have to deal with those bees, which later we'll be shooting out of our hands in Mega Man 9, but we're not there yet, so... Burn the trees. There we go. I'm on the deforestation committee. It's like my old days of playing Animal Crossing. Just chop the trees down. But there's a reason to do this, because along with getting rid of the beehives, burn down that one, or that one, I should say, this last one. Get that ladder. Go up that, and we're going to find a nice little surprise. Who's that in the cage? That's Beat, my old bird friend from Mega Man 5, I think it was 6. Now, if you go in here, it shows that RS thing. Well, I don't know why it's RS, his name's Beat, but anyway. Those things are beat whistles. Whenever you fall down a pit when you have one of those, he'll carry you out and you won't die. So it's worth having those, especially if you miss a jump. Kill the dinosaurs when they hatch. It's not like Jurassic Park where it's something initially beautiful. Like, no, they need to die. Thankfully, I got an arm cannon I can do it. Now, okay, I have 2 of these. How many lives do I have? 6. Alright, I'm gonna use that now. Because this is the hardest Robot Master in the game. You're gonna see why in just a second. A couple reasons. He has a really erratic pattern, and that slash of his does have a wide berth, or wide range. Now, here's the real reason why. He goes off screen, he drops those eggs on the ground, and he'll do that dash. If I get caught in those eggs and turn red, my jumping will be disabled, or I'll be stuck in the stuff, and, yeah, he'll go right for where the red is. And I'm letting him hit me a lot. I'm not going to survive this. Unless I use the other... You know what? I don't think... Yeah, jumping is not going to get out of it. You know, I'm going to use the other energy tank on this one. He's also one of the only bosses in the game I know of who has 2 weaknesses. In fact, I can show this off. You can hit him with the Scorch Wheel and he'll be weak to that. You can also hit him with the Freeze Cracker and he'll be weak to that as well. I think the Freeze Cracker does more damage, but unfortunately, every time you do that, he'll reset his pattern to go off screen. I guess in this case, see, I had to use all my energy tanks to kill him. And I'm not looking forward to the rematch against him. Considering how much damage I took doing that. Alright, so 1 more to go. And there's something very specific I want to do on this one, and I'm going to put a save state down in case this doesn't work. First, we got the slash call, which cut things apart. Yes, but it has limited range. In fact, I think it has more of a range when Slashman uses it than when I use it, but... Well, at least we have it. Here's the slash call. We'll be using that a little later, but... For the time being, we're gonna keep going. Now, last we need to go see this Dracula dude. I'm gonna do a checkpoint save here, and I'll tell you why. Or... I can't, I guess. Actually, no, I guess I just did when I beat it. Now, there's a secret here. I can start the level as normal, but if you press and hold the B button as you launch it, you'll get a different piece of music. Now, I'm playing on Xbox One, you're thinking, well, what's the B button in this? Is it actually the B button? Well, the B button on the Super Nintendo was jump, so I think I have to hold A to make this happen. I think. No, okay, I don't. So, we're gonna load my last checkpoint save, which is... Okay, so fine, we'll just go through where the slash code is. I want to show this part of it off. So maybe I actually do have to hit B for this. And what I'm looking for when I do that is, I'm looking for a different music here. Instead of the... I hear something else. If you're a classic gamer, you might sound familiar. Oh, let's try this with B this time. Or, let's try it with X. Or, okay, I gotta try with button. It seems like that's the only button that does it. Hang on. So hold B down. Okay, now that's the menu. I'm hitting back. Start is going to auto shop. Let me hold A. Okay, so I guess I can only hit A, but I guess I gotta hold B down when I do it. There we go. Yeah, that might sound familiar to some of you classic gamers. You're probably shitting yourself right now. Yeah, because this is the theme from Super Ghouls and Ghosts, or actually, Ghosts and Goblins in general, the whole franchise. Another Konami franchise. You hold the B button down and the A button down in this version, and I get to play this with a different piece of music, which is the old theme that Arthur from Those Games ran through. Even like the zombies coming out of the ground. And it's probably my favorite remix of this theme in, actually, ever. Where you're the... Yeah, and the reason I'm saying, yeah, you're probably scared as hell to hear that is because, yeah, Ghosts and Goblins and all those games in that franchise are insanely difficult. At some point, we're going to have to show that off, but, well, nice little Easter egg to be able to hear the Ghosts and Goblins theme when you're playing here. And even though I do love the theme of Shade Man? Yeah, Shade Man's level. Even though that's nice, I really like this one. And you can actually only do this when you're playing through the game the first time. If you go back to it, you're never going to hear this again. So, nice little Easter egg. The level itself is Halloween Land, and we're going to see more about that as we go. Of course, we got our pumpkins, we got zombies, we got ravens. And we have other things that go bump in the night. Which is going to be fitting because, you know, we're coming up on Halloween soon. In fact, actually, the next two games I'm going to do are going to be Halloween related. We'll be doing Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2 and Castlevania Bloodlines, which are going to be happening starting in 2 weeks. Because actually, I'm going to be off next week. But, in the meantime, I figured, well, let's play something like this now, and then we're going to go to Halloween on for the rest of the month. But we still got some Halloween to handle here. Now, here's a mini-boss with this little pumpkin who is kind of hard to hit because you can only hit him when he's open like that. And also, where you're standing when you kill him actually will change which direction you go through the level. If I kill him when I'm standing to the left of the screen, he'll slam into this wall over here when I kill him. If not, he'll slam into the ground over there, and I'll go to another area. And I want him to hit the ground for what I'm doing. Actually, go over to the left and make it to the right so he can do that. He'll basically go in whatever direction I'm not in. So he's going to crash down there. And I need to do this specifically because there's something I want to do right here. And actually, all the times I played this game, I've never actually done this myself. So this is going to be interesting. Let me pull my Mega Buster out. Now, remember when we ran into Proto Man a couple times before? Saw him in Cloud Man stage. We saw him in Turbo Man stage. If you go see him in both of those areas, and you go through this door, we're going to see him again. And there's his whistle. But not as weak as I thought. Alright, we got to fight him now. Let's see which of us father made stronger. Alright. So it's time for brotherly battle. And if you played Mega Man 3, that looks familiar, but it's way harder than Mega Man 3 because he has many more moves instead of that jump and shoot. I do love the fact that they start you with that jump and shoot situation, but then they kind of throw you a curveball with him standing on the ground and then shooting in an arc. Also that too, and the shield, which will block the shots. So you be very specific with when you hit him. He also has a charge as well, so be careful of that. I've actually never fought this boss, although looking at his pattern, I'm thinking, yeah, he's not that hard. And so far, he's not, as long as you're careful. He will take a lot of damage, but he doesn't have a health bar, unfortunately. You have to be very specific at when you hit him when he shoots out that charge shot. I'm getting actually in a good position here. Oh, except now. I think his attacks are random, so that's another thing to keep in mind here. I almost have him. He does take a lot of damage, that I do know. Got him. Maybe you are the superior model, Mega Man. Okay, so for defeating him, I get a special item. I get his Proto Shield. You can't give this to me. It's okay, take it. And watch your back. Alright. So with that, we got the Proto Shield. Now, what this does is, go ahead and select it. It's basically the same as my X-Buster, except for the fact that I have the shield on me, and if I'm standing still, we'll see this actually as we go out. I think they put that Sniper Joe there so I can show this off. It'll deflect the shot, and I won't get hurt, as long as I have it up. So for that reason, there's really no reason to not use this if I'm using Buster. Unless I'm going to make it harder on myself. Also, it gives you a nice look when you're climbing the ladder. Let me see, can I climb that ladder again? I guess not. We'll see another one. We see a nice shield on his back. But again, that's a little something to do if you want to get more things. Actually, can you? Okay, no, it's like the rush coil and the rush stuff and the super adapter. You do need to have. You do need to go to the pause menu to use it. Again, it's literally the X-Buster except for that, although, actually in this case, I do want to switch to one other thing. I want to use the Scorch Wheel. Use it, the lighted area becomes cleaned up, or comes lit up. Now, you get that life, you can slide, and when you're underneath that area, you can just keep moving left and right, and you need to do that, otherwise I fall into the spikes and die. Get that and go to the left. There we go. Actually, okay, that's another thing I forgot to mention as far as the Scorch Wheel. When you have it out, you can hold the Y button for a little while, and before it will go off on its own. Actually, I guess this is probably a good time to go through all the weapons. Slash claws, slashing things. Danger Wrap we saw. Actually, I'll show the Wild Coil off. It's the weakness of this boss, but we're not going to use it, so... Actually, no, I'll show it off later. I'll show the Junk Shield. This is the best one to use here, because it's just this Junk Shield that absorbs enemy hits. And you want to use it on these zombies because they'll die really easily. The other thing you can feasibly do is hit the attack button while you have it, and they'll launch out that way. But in case of this, just use that Junk Shield to keep it up and take the zombies down. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't really collect items effectively here because of the fact that they go through. Alright, actually, let me show that thing with the coil off. Yeah, you press that to shoot out the coils. You can also charge it up, and they'll bounce, but... Yeah, I think based on how you can hold the D-pad up or down... Yeah, if you hold the D-pad down with the charged wild coil, it'll bounce lower. If you hold up when you release it, it'll bounce way higher. Alright, now, we're almost to the end. Damn, I was careless. Actually, it does say damn, I was careless in the Super Nintendo version. They changed that for pretty much every re-release except the Virtual Console release on Wii U. So yeah, there is language in the Mega Man game, but not in this version. So, damn, I was careless. This is stupid to be defeated so easily. Maybe I should give up and leave Wily to you. No, we're a team. Dr. Light will be glad to fix you up. Thanks, I'm glad to have a friend like you. Alright, so there go Bass and Treble. They're gonna get themselves fixed because well, we have the last boss. Actually, it's easier than the last one, assuming you know how the pattern works. So this is Shademan, also known as Dracula. Well, okay, I'm calling him Dracula. He's the Dracula robot of this game. Now, he'll fly up in the air like that. And I'll dive down like that. Like that. Oh, okay, yeah, I got caught in that. Because, of course, he wants to suck your blood. And when he does that, it recovers health of his. So you want to avoid that. Usually the way to avoid it is basically just time your slide so you either slide past him right as he's coming down your way, or go in the other direction. Also want to avoid those fire lasers and the noise crush, which is his weapon. So you can slide underneath that. As long as you avoid him sucking your blood here, you should be good. Also, that arc he flies in will depend on where you're located on the screen when he does it. Whoa, like that. That was lucky. But he will eventually hit the ground, and when he does, then you can shoot him. Yeah, but when he's shooting out the charged up noise crush, he is invincible, so be careful of that. And I gotta be careful here. Whoa! Actually, I can feasibly shoot him when he comes down, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna wait till he hits the ground. But I got him. So that's the last of the 8 Robot Masters. This is the noise crush I mentioned. Generates a powerful sound wave, doesn't it? Yes, and you can amplify the wave by absorbing the reflected wave with your body. Basically, you shoot it off the wall, and it hits you again, it charges up and is more powerful. But I got the Noise Crush, and it was nice to go back to see Dr. Light, to see how we're doing. And now we're going back again, and wait a second, what happened? We were literally just here. I think I spelled happened wrong. Is that you, Mega Man? Yeah. Base went berserk after I completed his repairs. He stole the parts for the new enhancements. I mean the super adapter I have, right? Base, I can't believe it. Oh, and there's Wily again. Believe it, Mega Man. Base and Treble are my creations. Okay, so we were duped by Wily again. I knew you'd be stupid enough to trust him and allow him to access the lab. There's wrong there. Especially in Mega Man 8, and we'll get to that when we get to that one. Now Base and Treble use the enhancements meant for you and Rush. There you go, his laugh. I'll make you pay, Wily. Alright, so we gotta get our parts back and destroy Base and Treble. Before we do that, I'm gonna look at what we're looking like vault-wise. Yeah, I don't have enough for what I want to use, so I'll come back. Thankfully, unlike some of the later Mega Man games and some of the earlier ones, each of the Wily stages I go to, I can come back here and go to the shop in between to stock up. And I probably will do that. Of course, we're off to Skull Castle for the 7th time. The 7th time as far as this series is concerned. Alright, now here we are, and this is actually a pretty nice piece of music here. An underrated track, I would say, as far as the Wily stage themes. A lot of people love the one in Mega Man 2, and I love the one in Mega Man 2 as well. But this is a pretty chill one, actually. Let me use buttons. Choose the... I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. Actually, you know what? Let's use the super adapter. Can I make that? Okay, I can. Can I go over that? No, I can't go over that. Again, that super adapter can come in handy for these platform jumping sections. Here we go. Now we have these platforms here, which you have to stand on the button and avoid that, you know, that coil section that looks like on there, otherwise you fall right through. I guess in a way they're kind of like the platforms from Gutsman stage in the first Mega Man game, which I can show off, and I do have the original cartridge, so that'd be an interesting case to show that game off. Even though it's hard as hell. Alright, now, in this case, you're seeing there's a lot of things with the light. Yeah, when you're on the ground, the lights go off. Now, I gotta be careful on that, because I know that's that fan robot, and I don't want to get run and hit. Yeah, I could get up there. Let's try Rush Coil. I realize I'm barely using Rush Jet at all in this. Okay, I can't get it. I can't get it that way, anyway. I guess it doesn't like... I guess the Freeze Cracker's not going to do much against this thing. So that will. Well, I've realized I'm not using Rush Jet pretty much at all. Then again, it's been significantly neutered since it was in Mega Man 3. So basically it's an infinite usage. This is where it gets a little harder because the lights are going to go out and I can't see what's going on. As long as you keep jumping like that, you should be good, but just make sure to avoid those areas, otherwise you're falling through. I think think Mega Man 4 had something like this. And again, I've not played a whole lot of Mega Man 4, even though I do own it within a collection. I should probably take a look at a couple of those ones I haven't played, or I haven't played as much. Wait, there we go. Alright, how many energy tanks do I have? Is it really worth... I have none. How many lives do I have? Okay, I have a lot of lives. I'm not gonna chance it. Yeah, I could buy it in the shop. You're far too weak, Mega Man. Wily may fear you, but I do not. Alright, let's take face down, traitor. And yet, interestingly enough, Mega Man does not understand to not trust him in the next game. Especially in the hilarious opening cutscene where he mispronounces his name. Hey, Bass! Why must I fight you? We are not enemies! And of course he responds the way that I think anybody would respond to a lot like that. Shut up! Actually, you know, maybe I should have gotten that energy tank. I'm gonna die. Yeah, alright. Yeah, my concern is if I use the super adapter and go too high, I'm gonna die. Alright, there we go. I just have to be very specific with that jump. Oh, shit! Alright, well, I got it somehow. I just had to die to do it, that's all. Actually, no. Let's use the Pro Man shield. Since I got it, I may as well use it. It is basically the Mega Buster with shield protecting. So let's use that and see if this does anything. This is actually my first time using it. Yeah, I've been playing this game for 25 years, but I've never actually used it. It still kind of goes through me, so yeah, it doesn't really do much. Or maybe I need to be standing still. Okay, yeah, it does nothing. Alright. I don't remember what he's weak to, so... You know, let's... Yeah, I'll try to see what he's weak to, then. Well, actually... Okay, no, I know what he's weak to, because I'm gonna... Here's a spoiler warning, I'm fighting him again after this. This is not the last time we're gonna see him. Actually, I guess he's weak to this? Or... I'm not sure. You know, I'm gonna use my energy tank now. Jump shield. Well, the jump shield seems like it does more because I can hit him more times. Alright, well, he's going down, at least. Round one goes to you, Mega Man, but I'll be back. Now, I know what he's weak to the next time. He's weak to the super attack. Bolts to that. Now, the boss here is... Okay, he's weak to... Actually, the boss is not necessarily weak to anything. But I find the best luck using the Slash Claw. We're fighting Gutsman again, Robot Gutsman. Now, how he operates is he'll drop down this boulder. You want to hit it towards him. And also, when he does that squeezy thing with his hand, I'm going to pull the X... Oh. Okay, yeah, don't want to do that. Don't be too close. You know, I can switch to that before. But I was going to say, when he does that, you want to hit the rock into him. But when he does that... When he does that to him, yeah, you want to shoot him to get him out of the way. But I'm going to die because of the way I built this. Or he'll just drop the rock on me. Yeah, I'm running out of... I think I'm running out of lives. Let me see how many I've got. Not too bad. Let me get the Slash Claw again. Actually, let me also see something here. Okay, I'm just counting how many button presses I need to make, switching between the Mega Buster and the Slash Claw. When he does that twirly thing, that's when... Okay, the rock. think you can hit it right into him. Thankfully, this time he's not doing anything with that. Ah. Okay, I guess I was trying to rapid hit him that way, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, like that. Gotcha. Oh, except I still got grabbed. Ow. I think I might need an energy tank potentially for this. Because I don't have any. But at least I have 2 more lives. Again, if I die, get a game over, I'll just go get more lives coming in here. Usually the other way you can do this, and this is how I heard it's done. Oh, not like that. No, keep getting that happen to me. Just use the noise crush, is what I'm saying. Hit that like that, and then when that rock comes down, it'll bash into him. Either thing would work, as long as it comes into him. Okay, so you basically have to rhythmically tap it and do it quick enough so it doesn't hit into you. And eventually he'll stop, so alright, so I got the timing down, so this should be good now. Also, I'm trying to slide out of the way because... Oh no. Alright, this is gonna be close. I'm sliding out of the way because that rock will come down on me. Oh, shit. Alright. Yeah, this game does get pretty hard in terms of this, but again, I just have to... Okay, I know what the pattern is, it's just that... Okay, and I have enough stuff to handle this, so alright, let me get the claw again. Yeah, I think I can do it this time. I think this is my last life. And so I'll be going to the shop to get more. Well, yeah, see, sometimes he will not just go do the grabby thing. I have to be ready for it. Yeah, in that case, I'm getting really lucky. Actually, in this case, it doesn't really matter, because I've already hit him so many times already. Ow. Yeah, again, I might still be able to brute force my way through this. Come on. Ow. Alright, there we go. So we got him. And all without getting a game over. Which, by the way, if you do get a game over in this, you just get a password and you have unlimited continues. So there's not really any penalty. Except I have to play through the level over again. Alright, so with that, we are going to go to the shop, though. And I did want to get this, but again, I was like, lives are going to take precedence. I'm going to just keep buying these until I have enough. And thankfully, they're going to come fast enough. You do max out at 9, so I'm going to keep going until I get 9. You're going to enjoy this nice little tune. So upbeat and happy. The way I'll know if I'll have enough is he won't make it. He'll tell me not to be greedy. Let's see. Here we go. Don't be greedy, Mega Man. You can't carry more of that. Alright, so... I'm gonna buy energy tanks as well. You can hold a maximum of 4 in this game as opposed to 9 in some of the earlier games. So I'm gonna buy the maximum of 4. And I think I'll have enough to get 1 super tank. That's the only one I can get, and I can only hold 1 super tank at a time. The super tank will recover my weapons and my health. I usually don't use the weapon ones, but we're good here, but... Alright, we're set. So, level 2 of Dr. Wily's Fortress is next. Let's see what he has in store for me there. You know what? I can use the shield here. I don't know why I'm not using this more. Yeah, actually, in that case, yeah, it's reflecting everything but what base is shooting at. Right, in that case, it's not reflecting anything if I'm not standing still. I think you do need to be standing still in order for it to make it work. Oh, shit. Oh, alright, no, that's good, because I get to show what happens when you fall in a pit, and then Beat comes to save me. You can actually fly him around for a little bit until he gets weak. As long as you don't go over a pit like that, it should be good. Yeah, I should be getting the shield out again, so I can deal with the sniper kills, which can be way easier to take care of. There's health over there, so I can at least get that. Also, unlike with the super adapter, I can do a dash when I'm holding the shield. And it's definitely a nice change to how Proto Man would handle in Mega Man 9 and 10, where it takes double the damage. And that shield, I don't think, did any. Or if it did, it was rare when it worked. And I could do Mega Man 9 at some point, or 10. And it is in this collection, by the way. This collection has 7, 8, 9, and 10 on it, so I could play it. Actually, Base is even in... No, he's not in 9, he's in 10. He was DLC in 10, but in this collection, you get all the DLC at once. Now, before I go in here, this is a boss. This is actually when we're going to fight Base again, so getting Super Adapter ready. My wait is over. This time, the mighty Mega Man shall fall. Just as I fused with Rush, he's fusing with Treble. And we're in this fan area where my jumps are a lot higher, which is good, but then I can hit him with the fist. But unfortunately, the fist will not go very far without the upgrade that I could have purchased. But it is the way to kill him, or the easy way to kill him. But I am going to use that energy tank. Always one. But no, I don't want Rush Search Up. I want the Super Adapter. Without hitting this thing, he'll go down. Why can't I destroy him? Well, that's the end of him, at least for now. I don't think we have to fight him again, so this is really going to be the end of that. But at least we got him taken care of pretty quickly. Oh, right, I forgot the springs here. Unfortunately, without the upgrade, my fist would actually lock onto enemies, but since I don't have it, I can't use it. But what I can do is pull out the freeze cracker still and use it to freeze these. Well, sort of. Actually, I think I have to time that specifically so that it comes out right as it's there, so then I can... Or, you know, screw it, we can use the super adapter. Help! Ooh, I'm gonna get burned. I think there's a way to kill those things. Actually, I think it's Danger Wrap. I think if you put the Danger Wrap on them, they'll die. Yeah, right. If you use the danger app, those things will be put into the bubble and they'll be gone. Can I hit him with danger app from here? Unfortunately, the Giga Crush isn't in this game. That's a Mega Man X2 thing. Oh no. I kind of don't want to use my energy tank right now, but unless I get lucky with my freeze cracker here, I might have to. Wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to use my energy tank just because I want to be safe. Yeah, I think they meant for you to use energy tank, or the super adapter here. But they did also mean you use something else for this. For Wild Coil. This next boss is weak to this. Oh, right. Yeah, but unfortunately those things will hurt me. Honestly, it's kind of an easy one here where you want to switch between weapons. Slide underneath him when he hits the wall like that. Right, I need to use the... yeah, this. Maybe I shouldn't charge it up. Not really too much to say about this one. Yeah, as long as you avoid the fire, you should be good. But again, that's sometimes easier said than done. And that's bad fire because if you're stuck in that, you're going to be trapped and you're going to take constant damage. But thankfully, you do have recovery items going on. Where is that? That's good, but I'm out of that, so I gotta figure something else out for this. I did a Scorch Wheel. One more hit. There we go. So there we go, the turtle's gone. Only 2 more stages to go. And I think we can go in here now. We're going back in here. We're going to want to go back to the shop one more time, though, after this next stage. Not too much more to say, honestly, so far, except for just, again, everything that I'm going through. I should probably just pretty much use that super adapter everywhere. slide. Oh, I have to go through this again. Actually, no, I do want super protector here, so if I screw up with the platform, I can save myself. Oh, that's different. I've never seen them fly off screen like that. Usually they fly downwards towards you. In that case, just fly past me. Yeah, I'm really learning some interesting things about this game, not by my intention. I was gonna say, for some reason I got the sense that maybe I died at one point. But no, I'm good. I'm stocked up on lives, so I'm not getting a game over at any time. Unfortunately, I can't really do much here. There we go. I should time those sniper just right, because they're hiding behind the shield. Oh yeah, these are like the platforms we saw in Burstman stage, except they kind of go forward like that. Whoa. Also, I can't really use super reactor here. Uh-oh. Oh, good, there's another one, thank God. Oh, but I got the checkpoint. Okay, so that was lucky. Now I got a choice of where I can go. I can go up or I can go down, assuming I can make that jump from here, but I don't know if I can. No, we'll go down. Oh, right. Those spikes on the side kind of give me a sense of what I'm going to be dealing with here. I think this is a free fall section where I have to fall specifically, and if I hit any of the spikes, I die. Alright, see how this goes. Oh, and on water as well. Whoa! Alright, that was lucky. But I can get that life. Let's get the super vector out. There we go. Looks like I never even lost it. Oh, hey, look, you again. Oh, listen, it would have been something if that had frozen up again. Again, I don't understand what happened when you saw that. Well, then again, I didn't have this thing to hit him with back at the time. That being said, it's not killing him that quickly. Yeah, honestly, the pellets seem like it was doing more. At least I can still kind of see the spikes, but yeah. Oh, that's really dickish right there. Imagine avoiding that and realizing, oh, I'm gonna die into the spikes. Then again, I think that's probably the most unfair section I guess I've seen in this game so far. Well, so far anyway. Although actually, I think what I should do here is pull danger out of or slide through it. There we go. Alright, now this boss is... this. There's Gutsman, there's this... Oh, right, this is the one that's weak to Noise Crush. And you can't actually charge it, so you have to be working specifically this way. Also, on the Super Nintendo, this has a lot of slowdown when those lasers go off. Thankfully, they did fix that for this release, and I think they fixed it for the Anniversary Collection as well. On Wii Virtual Console, they didn't because it's a straight port. Oh, but those things are killing me really quickly. Oh. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, he goes down quickly, but again, he hurts. Alright, so we got one more challenge to go, and this is going to be a long one. Because it's the boss rush, and then we have to fight Wily. So actually, with that, I said I usually don't use the weapon tanks. I'm going to use them this time. I'm going to buy a couple. Or buy one, at least. The weapon tank, by the way, will recover all of your weapon energy, not just for one weapon. Alright, I don't have faults for another, so... Alright, last level of the game. This is going to be a long one. Especially depending on how the last boss goes. Because the last boss is a tricky one in this game. I could have gotten all that stuff, but oh well. Okay, now, like with the other Mega Man games, we have the boss rush and go and fight all the bosses again, and this time we're going to use their weaknesses every case. Alright, this is Junkman, or no, he's weak to Junkman's weapon. This is Freeze Man, who's weak to the Junk Shield. And this, okay, kind of resets the pattern. Again, most of these weaknesses are going to make these bosses go pretty quickly. And I won't take much damage. And thankfully you do get health at the end of each of them. There is that, at least. Next up we have... Oh, you! Shit. Slash Man. Okay, here we go. Oh. Yeah, we get the Freeze Cracker out. Again, you can use either that or the Scorch Wheel, but... Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to have to use my energy tank, if anywhere. Yeah, if only you could... Actually, you know, I guess you feasibly could hit him when he goes to the ground, but you only have like a split second to do it. Let's see if I can't do it. Nah, no. There are probably speedrunners of this game who've been able to do that. Alright, well, at least he died. I do get a pretty large health recover for killing him. At least he's out of the way, so I don't have to deal with him again. Alright, this is Cloudman. You can kind of tell who it is based on the background, so you're all set that way. I just noticed, like, Cloudman has human hands for some reason. I guess he's a man, so fair enough. As you saw before, he's easy as anything when you have danger out. Just keep hitting him, and he's never gonna hit you. And there he goes. Alright, Junkman. He's gonna be really easy. Well, now he is. He's weak to the Thunderbolt, and he's a total joke with it. He's not that hard anyway, but with it, this is all he's gonna do. Just slide back and forth, shoot him with that Thunderbolt, and he's dead. Let's go over this way. Only 4 more to go. Alright, this is Springman. Now, I didn't show you what he's weak to. He's weak to the Slash Call, but again, it makes him a total joke, too. As soon as he does that, just slice him and comes down, and you're all good. Although, if you time it just right, hit him right as he's going up in the air, you can get a second hit on him. You have to time it perfect. There we go. We did it a couple times. Right now... I don't know if Shade Man's... Okay, he's not. Okay, no. No, this is what he's weak to. He's weak to the Noise Crush. Just hit against the wall and miss. Well... Alright, now I'm not missing. Every time he does that, just hit the Noise Crush against the wall, charge it up, hit him, and he'll be dead in a couple of hits. Two more to go. Let's see. I don't know which one Shade Man is in. I hope he's in this one. Oh, he's not. Now, Burst Man is weak to the Freeze Cracker. Although, to be fair, he's still pretty... Well, again, when you know what you're doing, he's not too bad with the Buster. But, yeah, but those bubbles don't go down easily. Actually, the easiest way to kill him is basically just shoot the freeze cracker against the wall and... Then it'll bounce back and it'll hit him, but unfortunately he'll be close to you. Alright, yeah, that's what happens when you hit the ceiling, obviously. Die, but... Alright, in that case, let's go here. This is Shade Man. He's weak to the Wild Coil. Then again, we got another boss we have to do after this, and they're weak to that too, so... Actually, one thing you can do... Yeah, you can use the D-pad trick where holding up while you do the charge. It'll bounce towards him and it'll still hit him. Get used to that, we're going to be using that a little bit. And actually, there we go. We can show off him sucking my blood for health. There we go. Alright, let's get Burst Man for real this time. I just have to be a little more careful. The thing with the Freeze Cracker, and this is why I'm not saying it's necessarily the easiest way to kill him, is that when he goes about that, if you hit him from behind, he'll basically go backwards towards you, so it makes it a little harder to avoid his orbs. Again, as long as you just keep hitting that jump button, you should be set. Honestly, the best way to do that if you're going to hit him with the Freeze Cracker at all is hit his head, or try to hit his head, while he's standing like that. Come on. Oh no. Oh, I died from that. Alright. You know what? I'm just gonna buster him. That's honestly easy. I had an easier time doing that. Alright. Yeah, this is one of those cases, again, where using his weakness doesn't necessarily make him that much easier. It just does more damage. Honestly, as I said, I basically pretty much have his pattern down. No, no, no! Ugh. Yeah, he's giving me much more trouble now than ever before. Right, let me just see something. Okay, no, I'm alright on lives. I don't think I'm gonna need 7 for what else I've got after this. Alright, we're gonna get him this time. There we go, fine. Alright, now with all of them dead, we have just one last thing to do, and we have weapon energy there that we need to use for a couple things. We need to use this on 2 items in particular. We need for the Wild Coil, and then we need for the Thunderbolt. And I have 3 of these. Alright. Okay, wait, what's this? Make it through that? Well, it's hitting something, but... Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't think there's anything behind there, but again, Chad, if you know if there's anything behind there, let me know. But alright, we're going down here because we have one last thing we gotta do. We gotta defeat Dr. Wily, and can be one of the hardest ones of any of the Wily capsules we've been fighting in the entire franchise. In some ways. And we'll see why in a second. Alright. Here's a skull car, and skull jumper, or whatever it is. You just slide underneath him for those spikes and hit him right there with the Thunderbolt. This is a little annoying because he has those enemies which will stop on a dime when you change direction. And don't die instantly either. Man, feasibly, I guess you can pull out... I don't know what kills them the fastest. Not the Buster, apparently. Generally, I tend to ignore these things. And again, I'm getting myself really badly hurt. I got him. But unfortunately, we're not done yet. And actually, while this is going on, I'm using that energy tank. I'm getting my wild coil ready. Alright, here we go. This is it. This is one of the hardest because of his attack patterns and also the fact you have to hit him with the wild coil. And he can sometimes appear up in the air like that, where you need to use that up trick in order to even hit him. You have to use your slide in order to avoid those and your combination of your jump, and they're unbelievably hard to hit. Or to avoid. Whoa! Also, one other thing I probably should mention is that, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, one other thing I should mention is that he is completely immune to the Mega Buster, so if you come in here, you lose your weapon energy, you have nothing, you're screwed. Which is why you want to bring a special tank in for this. And probably at least one weapon tank. There we go. Yeah, I got really lucky with that pattern there of the orbs. Ew. Oh, thank God, that was close. Because if I die, by the way, I have to do the other form again. I'm running out of wild coil shots. And I don't think you have enough wild coil to do stuff with this. I'm gonna kill him, I should say, entirely. But again, even when he gets up there, as long as you press up on the D-pad when you let go of the charged coil, you should be set. The other thing I've seen people do is use Freeze Cracker, but I'm out of juice for this, so actually now I'm going to use that special tank. There we go. As long as you come in with this, it shouldn't be too bad as long as you... Again, as long as you don't get hit too much. Ah. One more hit ought to do it. Got him. Finally. It's over the 7th time. He's on his knees begging for forgiveness and for us to show him mercy. Okay, I give up. Sorry about all the trouble. I'll go quietly. But Langman's clearly having none of that shit. I don't trust you, Wily. I'm gonna do what I should have done a long time ago. But you forget, Mega Man, that robots cannot harm humans. Now, this next line is added from the Japanese version, and people question this. I am more than just a robot. Die, Wily. That was not in the Japanese version. He just stands there silently and realizes, yeah, I can't kill him. But, again, they mistranslated that for the US. Actually, there's a typo in the original, in that line of, I'm gonna do what I should have done. It says, I gonna do. But again, they fixed it for this release. But anyway, he's crushed with all that stuff, and now I'm trying to get him, but oh, wait a minute. Well, base saved him. Too late, Mega Man. He who hesitates is lost. We shall return. And that he will in Mega Man 8. But for the meantime, this place is collapsing. We gotta just get ourselves out of here. There we go. We have a pretty epic ending here where you're walking past. And actually, if you have Mega Man Anniversary Collection, the version of this game in that does not have this cutscene in it for some reason. I think it had something to do with the emulation of the Mode 7 graphics, but now Mega Man's walking away from the fire and not looking back because, of course, that's what you always do if you ever want to look like a badass. But anyway, that is Mega Man 7. And as we go along, we're going to see all of the creatures that we fought, and I guess all the people who designed them. But yeah, that is Mega Man 7. It is the only 16-bit entry in the franchise, but it's a good one. It's fun, it looks great, it sounds great, it plays great. I don't know how to explain the nonsense as far as the collection issues I had, particularly that crash early on. Sorry about that. I mean, I guess if that wasn't a factor, I probably would have finished this in about 2 hours, but 2.5 seems about good. Again, I was thinking 3. It's like, well, we'll see how that's going to go, but it seemed like a good indicator at the very least. And of course, we have gag credits of people who didn't use their real names, but nowadays you can go online and you can see who they are. They're not embarrassed of who they are anymore. While seeing all the other guys, there's Burstman. Gave me so much trouble in the rematch, but I killed him my first try running along, and yeah, even Mega Man's annoyed by that. But yeah, as I said, this game does have a lot of nostalgic appeal for me because it was the first classic Mega Man game I played. I think it is a very fun game. In some ways, I find this one easier to come back to than some of the earlier Mega Man games, only because I think my exposure is mostly with the Mega Man X franchise, but I think with the way that this plays mostly the same, it's easy to kind of jump in between, particularly that Mega Buster, where when I go back to some of the early Mega Man games, or to 9 and 10 that don't have them, I definitely miss them. So I think in that case, like, yeah, I don't have much muscle memory I have to go about. But again, just the style of it, and again, the idea that it was, I think, the first time. The release of this game was the first time we had 2 Mega Man series coexisting at once. The Classic series and the X series at that point. It definitely was an interesting situation, and there is something about this one, again, maybe because it's 16-bit, that we don't have out of some of the other ones that are all 8-bit, which they all are except for Mega Man 11. In fact, actually, there's also a demake online that turns this into an 8-bit game, and actually has all of the Robot Masters available from the start. Which actually I played, and it's a pretty good game. It definitely is an interesting way of going about it, and it's funny that people tend not to like this game because they think, well, it should have been like the old 8-bit games. Although, at the time, people were saying, oh, the 8-bit games are basically interchangeable. And by the time Mega Man 10 came out after 9 released, you were saying, oh, it's Capcom going back to the well too much with sticking in 8-bit, which is why then they went fully HD with Mega Man 11, which is a really good game. And I probably should play for this. Yeah, in fact, at some point I should come back to Mega Man, and I don't know which one I'll play. I've already done Mega Man X, and obviously I've done this one. But I have all the other Mega Man X and Classic Series games I can play. I would have to get a copy of Mega Man in base, or borrow my girlfriend's repro copy to play that one, or get the Game Boy Advance release, which I hear is not very good. I could play Mega Man Legends, which I own on N64 as well. And outside of that, I got the Zero collection, so I can play the games off of that. And really, the only blind spots to me, I guess, as far as the franchise is concerned, is the Battle Network and the Star Force games you never played. And a couple of those are on DS, so I couldn't play those anyway. But with that, there's the burning ashes of Dr. Wild's castle. Mega Man's walking away. And I think with that, I'm going to be walking away from Super Old Game Saturday for tonight. Next week, as I mentioned, I'll I'm going to be off. So I guess I may as well go through the programming notes now as we see, you know, the end of this going there. Oh, right. I guess I have my, oh, right. I have a family reunion. Oh, and there's Roll, who barely is in this game, and, yeah, Rush yawning for the camera, so that's a big no-no for that. But, of course, he's so cute. Good dog. And he's named after a great progressive rock band. But, yeah, some programming notes, I guess, for Super Old Game Saturday. Again, thank you for joining in, but next week I'm going to be off, and then the week after that I'm going to be doing Fatal Frame for the PlayStation 2, and then the week after that I'll be doing Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis, which, by the way, I may as well bring this up, because I didn't have time to mention this. I figured out my situation with my Sega Genesis so I can stream from my Sega Genesis again. It was, weirdly enough, my television. The television I'm using is a larger screen, but for some reason it doesn't like the dual connection I have for my Sega Genesis, because this is a 32X and Sega CD on top of it, or connected to it. But for some reason, this television I'm using to play this game now doesn't like it, so I have to pull out my old Toshiba set in order to make that work. And I can, so anytime I do a Genesis game, I'll be able to do that. But when I do Castlevania Bloodlines, I will not be using my Genesis. I'll be using my Sega Genesis Mini, because I don't actually own a copy of that game physically. And again, it's also, like this one, expensive. But it's not the numbers this thing is. This is like $250, $300 if you're going to be going for that. That one's only about $80, $90. So, off next week. Fatal Frame, and then Castlevania Bloodlines, and then we get into November, and I've got a couple ideas of things I want to do. Now that I have the Genesis fixed, I want to pull out some stuff for that I can play on that. And I'm going to do Castle of Illusion for the Genesis at some point, because its 30th anniversary is coming up, and outside of that, yeah, I'm open to any suggestions that you guys might have out there. And in the meantime, thank you for watching Mega Man 7. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you were, you know, curious with what you had. If you want to play this game, it is on the Wii U Virtual Console for $8. That is the cheapest way to play it. But it's also in Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which I played it on, and the Mega Man Anniversary Collection as well. Or if you really want to be a collector, drop that 250 or 300 bills for the Super Nintendo cartridge. But yeah, if that's too prohibitive, going the other way is a good option for you. So with that, I think I'm going to sign off for Super Old Game Saturday.